Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Baybeee, Shannon Sharpe done pulled a move so bad, it make you want to grab him by the ears like your auntie at a wedding and say, young man, what is wrong with you? Problem here is Shannon ain't young. And to answer that question, everything's wrong with Uncle Shay Shay just fumbled his name, his bag, and maybe even his whole future. And it all started with a white girl, a white 19-year-old girl known in public only as G, who hit Shannon Sharpe with a big old $50 million lawsuit. The allegation's serious as heck. She alleged that Shannon engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress and that he her twice, once in October 2024 and in January 2025. She also said that Shannon became violent over the course of their relationship, threatened to take her life during one incident, and recorded their encounters without her consent. Now, before this even hit Shade Room or TMZ, her lawyer, Messy Boots himself, Tony Busby, yes, the same one giving Diddy and Jay-Z sleepless nights, allegedly pulled up to Shannon quietly behind the scenes like, make us an offer, handle this clean, or we airing it out. Real mafioso energy. Shannon, trying to be grown and probably trying to avoid the PR disaster this would bring, allegedly slid an offer across the table, $10 million. But Baybeee, Tony said, 10 million? We want blood, baby. Next thing you know, the boy filed a whole lawsuit. Court docs went public, allegations everywhere, and we had Shannon's name getting dragged worse than auntie sandals at a rainy wedding. Now, here's where it go from bad to, sir, you just fumbled generational wealth with two hands and no defense. Instead of sitting his fine old self down and letting his $1 million legal team and PR fixers do what they do best, what Shannon do? He logged on to Instagram. Chest out, ego out, brain, baby, somewhere floating in Cancun. Now, to be fair, it's very possible his legal team did tell him to leak some text, trying to show consent, mutual freakiness, and get ahead of the headlines. You know, classic damage control. Flood the internet with friendly evidence before the opposition gets messy. But Baybeee, even if they gave him the green light, Shannon executed it like a man who ain't read past the first paragraph of a plan. He got emotional. He moved sloppy, and instead of posting a curated, lawyer-approved, blurred-out version, this man dropped pages of raw, messy, unedited combos that basically handed G's lawyers a Christmas gift in April. Let's break down what he actually posted. In one text, G allegedly wrote, I want to be daddy. In another, she also wrote, I want you to tie me up like this and me daddy, along with a full explicit image. She also sent texts about using handcuffs, hardcore domination, heavy freaky talk, yes, but here's where it gets real dark. In one text dated January 2nd, 2025, the same day she says Shannon her, Gabby allegedly texted him, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my butt, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is, no means no, Shannon. She followed that up with, I don't know how to process this. Now pause, breathe, let that land. The same text Shannon leaked to prove it was all consensual, they included an actual confrontation about a non-consensual act, meaning that instead of clearing his name, he literally leaked evidence of her saying no and him ignoring it. Child, if this was court, this would be what they call an admission wrapped inside a disaster. And to make it even sloppier, while posting the text, Shannon deliberately exposed G's real government name and her OnlyFans account. Sis was legally protected. She had federal court anonymity, and Uncle Shay Shay, big muscles and even bigger thumbs, just blurted it out. Gabrielle Zuniga. Full government, no censorship, no care. At that point, we're talking about privacy violation lawsuit, retaliation claim, emotional distress damages, all while a $100 million media deal is at stake. Yeah, if you didn't know, Shannon had a $100 million deal dangling in front of him before this case just jumped out of the woodwork. Major networks, brands, sponsors, they were lining up to cut this man lifetime checks. He was about to level up into Joe Rogan level money. He was about to secure generational wealth so deep, his grandkids could have been arguing over villas in Spain. And he risked all that just to post freaky texts and embarrass a 19-year-old girl he was already accused of manipulating? Child, at this point, Shannon ain't just sitting in trouble, he's sitting in the principal's office, the counselor's office, the unemployment office, and the crisis PR war room, all at the same darn time. But the worst part is we ain't even at the bottom yet. Now, at this point, you would think Uncle Shay Shay would take the L quietly, call up a crisis team, maybe even go to therapy or something. But no, Baybeee, Shannon said, turn the cameras on. Shannon jumped on Instagram Live and demanded that a full alleged tape between him and Gabby Zuniga be released to the public. According to him, the tape ain't no little clip. He said the full video is about 10 minutes long. But here's the kicker. He accused Tony Busby, Gabby's messy lawyer, of planning to leak only 45 seconds of it to make him look guilty.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Now listen, I get it. If somebody's sitting on footage that could make you look bad out of context, you'd want to defend yourself too. But child, this ain't a Marvel trailer. This is a serious violent misconduct allegation. You can't Instagram live your way out of this kind of situation. And even if that 10-minute tape showed hugs and kisses and playful energy at the start, it still don't erase everything else that it's a 50-year-old man in bed with a 19-year-old. Plus, by going live and making it a public spectacle, Shannon basically dragged this thing even deeper into the court of public opinion where nuance goes to die, baby. Now, everybody, brands included, had to ask, even if he innocent, is he too messy for us to touch now? Instead of looking exonerated, Shannon just looked louder. Instead of clearing his name, he made the situation feel even murkier. He ain't just fumbled the ball, he spiked it, kicked it into the stands, and caught a flag on the play. But it gets worse because Tony Busby showed up like that evil Mario Kart banana you ain't see coming.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be...
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
You hear her low-key accusing Shannon of manipulating her emotions, and what did Unc say back? Don't use that word around me or I'm a... Now, it definitely sounded like she did this on purpose. Like she wanted him to say some things that would incriminate him, things that would have been normal if they was behind closed doors. But let me tell you something. In the court of public opinion, ain't no contact. All people hear is a 50-year-old man threatening to choke a 19-year-old mid-argument. And baby, once folks hear that, it's cooked. Brands don't wait for full context. Twitter don't wait for explain later. People hear that audio and immediately start doing the slow back away from the drama walk. At this point, Shannon's whole life looking like a slow motion car crash. First off, he steps back from ESPN. Yep, he had to temporarily leave his desk while he deals with this personal matter. Stephen A. Smith is already saying he could get fired any day now. And just when you think it's safe to breathe, another woman comes out the woodworks, named Michelle Evans. She ain't just accusing Shannon of something now. She's suing him for defamation and bringing up an alleged old assault incident that happened way back during his Fox Sports days. Turns out there were already whispers about Shannon being inappropriate with women at Fox. It was just quietly settled before it could make headlines. And now, with all this new mess swirling, old receipts getting dusted off like vintage vinyl. So now it ain't just Gabby's lawsuit hanging over him, it's Michelle. It's past rumors, it's public distrust, it's corporate doors slowly closing. And the worst part, this whole crash was avoidable. He cooked himself. No seasoning, no sauce, just dry roasted in public. Baybeee, when I say Shannon's legacy is on life support right now, I'm talking plug, halfway pulled, family members already whispering about funeral plans type energy. Even if, and that's a big if, Shannon beats the legal side of this, the real damage is already done. Cause it ain't just about winning court cases no more, it's about the vibe, the smell you leave behind. And child, right now Shannon's smelling like scandal and bad decision making. Crazy part of all this was Monique tried to warn his sorry behind.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your and get your old there that can love you old.
Now let's keep it all the way 100. Even if you think Shannon innocent, even if you think everything was technically consensual, the optics are finished. A 50-year-old wilding with a barely legal 19-year-old, baby, that's not just grown folk business. That's poor judgment jumping out the window with no parachute. And once doubt moves into your brand, it don't rent a small room. It buys the whole darn house. Now real talk, what y'all think? Can Shannon Sharpe ever really bounce back from this? Is it fair to judge him off leaked texts and messy recordings? Or is the internet just bloodthirsty? And be honest, even if he wins the lawsuit, when you hear his voice on TV now, ain't it gonna sound just a little bit different? Like a little side eye gonna creep up without warning?